KK regime's stalwarts, or are they dependent, attacking President retired Uhuru Kenyatta because of his speech while addressing a consortium of young people from across Africa in Kampala. The president, retired, advised young people across the continent to maximize on the use of their numbers and safeguard their interests in the future by standing up against maladministration, bad governance, bad politics, so that as the last line of defense, they can serve and save their 55 states and steer them to what befit their interest in the future. Now, out of 55 states in the African continent and their islands surrounding, only one state has taken issue with former president's advice to the young people. President Museveni's government did not even care, because that message is what Museveni has been transmitting to Bazukulu. President Kagame, president of Rwanda, who has been doing some work for the young people to alleviate them from the scourge of unemployment and desperation, did not take offense in Uhuru's statement. Neither did East African community head of state take a problem. Not even in Nigeria, not even in Morocco, not Algeria, not even in South Africa, but some misguided entitled leaders in Kenya's UDA government have taken a lot of bitterness and vile against President Kenyatta's advice to young people. Let me put it this way. President Kenyatta is retired. He is not a head of state. President Kenyatta can say anything he likes as long as it doesn't defile the foundations of human rights and decency. So why is Kenya angry? Why is it that some elements within Kenya's state are angry? What did Uhuru Kenyatta say that is not right? What is our demography? Aren't young people the majority or in our demographic graphs? Don't they have interest in the future? Can the young people organize and make a political stand and change leadership or install leadership? Let me put it this way again. President Kenyatta also has his own people, and he has his own country where he can contribute. Shame on ichungw'a for having been used every single now and then as a stooge by people who want to continue defacing your kinsman. Mobilizing hate against Uhuru Kenyatta may have worked and did worked in 2002. Uhuru Kenyatta is no longer the problem of Kenya. So if you made him a problem for Kenya and of Kenya, wajinga wamekwisha. Kenyans are no longer going to buy that old tired crap that Uhuru Kenyatta is a problem of this kind. Oh, Uhuru Kenyatta, Uhuru. Even if you mention Uhuru, the more you mention Uhuru Kenyatta, the more you embolden the Kenyan voter against you. Oh, so you thought emboldening Uhuru Kenyatta's image in filth gives you vote? No, sorry. Sorry. Your failure to address young people's plight becomes your Achilles heel. Your failure to address macro and microeconomic problems bedeviling us for 2.5 years since you took over government has made the government that you succeeded a saint in Jerusalem. So you gotta leave Uhuru Kenyatta out of your mouths. Uhuru Kenyatta will continue addressing people from Kampala. Will address people all the way to Europe. President Kenyatta will address people in Abuja, Nigeria. President Kenyatta will be a guest of conventions in Pretoria all the way to Ouagadougou. And he will continue speaking to issues that bedevil Africa. So if Kenya decide to subjectively lift his comments for its own shameful interpretation, then fair, well and good. But Uhuru Kenyatta is right. To the young people, you can continue agonizing and complaining and comparing and being deceitfully misguided by the regime. But the future is in your hands. Next month, IBC will be put into place. The urgent business of IBC will be to register you as voters. Young people, voting is a sacred duty that translates into 5 years ahead of you. The day you cast your vote, you've got to wait 5 years to change it. 2027 is your year of firm, resolute, and angry reconstruction of your state, of your government, of your nation. If you want to complain for 5 more years, then you can make a stupid choice. But you have the power to make wrong what has been right and to make right what is obviously wrong today. The choice is in your hands. And you may not like Uhuru Kenyatta, but you cannot ignore his salient message that you are the last line of defense in your nations. From South Africa to Northern Africa to Western Africa to Central Africa to Eastern Africa and to all the islands associated with the continent. Young people are the future. The labor of the world is in Africa. Africa is the source of all minerals, and Africa has the most arable land in the entire world. The future of Africa is in the hands of the youths. But why Kenya Kwisha regime decided to make that their message? Why they decided to be hard and no other African government was hard makes wonders of the world look joke. So, Mr. President retired Uhuru Kenyatta, continue speaking from whichever platform that you get. If they have anything against you, they can arrest you. By the way, why don't you arrest Uhuru Kenyatta? Kenya Kwisha. You have all it takes to arrest him. You have the head of police. You have the courts. You have the law. Why don't you arrest him? Why don't you repatriate the money that he stole and stashed outside the country? Why don't you bring that money back instead of backing every single day, threatening him that we know something that you did? What did he do that you cannot reverse? What didn't he? It's your duty, responsibility to come and make things that he did wrong, hold him accountable, take him to court, drive him to Kamete through the Thika Superhighway Kamete Road, and put him the gowns of prisoners. Hii ingine yote unatuma watu wengine wa class 3 waenda wakatusi rais, mtu alisomea Amherst. Atuoli shenzi sana hawa watu. Atuoli, papa Atuoli, hawa watu shenzi sana.